Hello.
Hello, everybody. We are officially live. This is our second time coming on live, and we're really excited. So, I guess you just have to wait for a few minutes for people to come on.
Yeah, hop on and let's have a chat.
So, I hate having to use my glasses.
I know.
People
That's
see.
what happens when you get older.
Next time. Oh, look, we have. Oh. Let's see.
Who's here?
What? That is. Hello, how are you doing?
We're going to call it Take Care Tuesday.
Huh?
Let's do Take Care Tuesday today.
Take
How
Care
can we
Tuesday.
take better care of ourselves with all of the crap going on in the world?
That's right.
I mean, anything's open for discussion, but you know what I'm saying? Why not?
That's right. So, how was your day?
Busy, but it was good. I loved it. How was yours?
Good. And mine was good.
How was
Yeah.
yours? Hopefully everybody had a good day, right? We get to manifest that shit. We get to wake up every day and choose what kind of day we want to have.
That's
so
right.
I'm really trying. It has been a little difficult lately.
It has been. The energy has been just. But it feels like it's getting better.
It does.
It doesn't feel like it's as heavy, and I haven't had as many people coming in and talking about how heavy it is, or like all the confusion and the fogginess. It seems like it's clearing up now.
Yeah, I felt the shift there. I don't know about you guys. The thing I'm getting a lot is relationships. I feel like a lot of people have been coming in and they're having friction in not just intimate personal relationships, but friendships, work relationships. So there's a lot going on in the cosmos causing that. Yay! You know what I mean? Good old Neptune. And whether you believe in that or not, there's energies out there that we can't see, but we can certainly feel. And even if you can't see it, doesn't mean it's not there. So that's been a big issue lately as well. So and I'm thinking, if anybody has questions, meditation is good every day. That's like brushing my teeth.
I'm telling you, when you meditate, like all of that brain fog, like it clears up so much brain fog.
Yeah.
Like, I can remember words better. Like
Yeah.
like when I'm talking to somebody and like you're like, it's like that big square thing that's in your
Yeah.
refrigerator, like it's in your kitchen. You
Yeah.
open it up.
Yeah.
It's that thing. What do you call that? That
See, you didn't meditate today.
my refrigerator.
There you go. I was like, wait,
There it
what?
is.
See, I didn't either. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But meditation, breath
does.
work, your spiritual maintenance and your spiritual hygiene is so very important. And I just hope everybody's staying on top of that because we're in for a wild ride.
Boy, you're not kidding there.
I mean, I've been feeling momentum building up on something for a while. A lot of us have.
It's like this underlying this underlying anxiety that's sitting here, and you're like, where is that coming from? And it's like, it's not mine.
It's
Like
the
I feel it right now.
collective. It's the collective.
It's everybody all in there together.
And that's us, like, protect your energy all the time. And I mean, seriously, all the time. Ground yourself all the time.
I put my hematite in my bra, but
Yeah.
I took a shower and it fell out, and then I left it at home.
Well, now, uh-oh. Well, here, you can grab one over here.
I might just have to get up.
Yeah, we have to start our own lingerie line with, crystal bras and stuff. I just should have said that. Don't take my idea. No,
Oh
I'm
my
kidding.
God, that's
Seriously,
amazing.
yeah. I would wear one everywhere. I'd take my bra off and things fall and hit the ground all the time.
That's an amazing idea.
Telling you, little pockets, guys, little,
Crystal bras.
and then like the boxer briefs, you could put pockets in those. See?
When the boys were little and they would be doing laundry, right? And they would pull out the clothes out of the dryer, and all these tumbled stones would like hit the floor, and they're like, "We know who's been doing laundry today."
Uh-huh. I got tumbled rocks all over my house.
Oh my God, it's horrible. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's an addiction.
Let's see if anybody says anything. Okay, let's see. Hello. Let's see who's there. I'm not used to this yet. We're working on this, guys. We're new to this, so
We're
yeah,
newbies.
yeah.
We're virgins. Well, not really, but
I wouldn't
we've
go
done
that
this
far.
one time before, so you're gonna have to work with us
Yes, please.
for sure.
Yes, please. And we both kind of had it's been a frazzled day, but it's been a good day. It's been a little busy, but it's been.
The store's been really busy today, but I've got a lot of paperwork done and ready to make some changes. So
Yeah. Me too.
That's what we're doing.
I got to be accountable for my own shit.
Oh, yeah. So you didn't even introduce yourself.
Oh, well, I am Kimberly. I am the owner of Lotus and Bloom Healing here in Cypress, not far from Connie's shop, New Age Avenue. I offer a variety of holistic healing services, including Reiki, sound therapy, sound baths, life coaching, spiritual life coaching. I do relationship coaching, intimacy coaching, meditation, you name it. I kind of do a little bit of everything. I'm just trying to help bring you back into balance, whether it's emotional, mental, or physical. You know what I mean? Or spiritual. Let's just, harmonize and balance. That's what I'm here to do. And she is a big catalyst for all of it. I mean, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be where I am today, and I'm thankful for that. We've shared quite a journey so far, and I'm looking forward to a lot more. Yeah, I don't know if I have to say this.
Okay.
If y'all are young, you're not going to get it. I'm going to have to mention the Saturday Night Live thing. I can't. Did you ever watch it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I say it? Mm-hmm. Go Google. Right now, I'm just feeling like, have y'all ever seen the Sweaty Balls? The skit on Saturday Night Live with the two chicks and the guy with the food ball? Anyway, that's what I'm feeling like right now. I want one of those microphones,
Right.
Anyway.
Why didn't we think of that?
I don't know. We'll have to do that next time, and I'll bring the balls. Anyway, hey, who doesn't like balls? It could be, salty balls over there. You know what I mean? Anyway, so we just wanted to come on tonight and just check in with everybody and to see if they're checking in with themselves to see what's going on. And if you have any questions about feeling better spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and what do you do in your daily practice? Are you interested in learning more?
Have you ever had Reiki? That's a good one.
Yeah.
So what was your experience with that?
Who, me?
So, do I?
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
Oh,
I
no. I actually went in to have a session with Kim the other day, and
it was good.
It was really cool. I saw a lot of things. It's very eye-opening. Felt a lot of vibrations. It was really cool.
I love it, and I get as much out of it as you do, honestly.
Right.
I mean, it's an honor to work on people. Reiki is a very intimate practice. I'm not going to say it's sex, but it's very intimate. It's a very personal. Any type of energy work, really. Are you going to giggle at me? Because I'm...
Well, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. But I mean,
But you know who I am.
I know who you are. But it's very intimate and very personal, and it's just a really cool practice that I feel like everybody should learn or have the opportunity to learn, because you can heal yourself. I mean, you can do it without Reiki, but it makes, I don't know, the journey, it's just an amazing process. Energy work in itself is just life-changing.
It is.
I mean,
my gosh, it is.
Anything to do with anything. I mean, everything has energy. Everything. Everything has vibration. Everything. Even the clock on the wall,
Right.
So if your body's out of balance, whether, it be something that happened in your personal life or an injury, things get out of whack. And when they get out of whack, what do? Well, Reiki's a good thing to do to help with that. Meditation's a good thing to do. Breath work is a good thing to do. I mean, if you would have told me 5 years ago I'd be doing this, I'd have said, what in the fuck are you talking? Sorry. What? You know what I mean? But here we are, and it's been an amazing, beautiful process.
It has.
Ups and downs, wouldn't change it for anything.
This store has been...
It's a catalyst.
It's brought together so many people, and we've done so much good work here, and
oh, definitely.
And it makes me cry sometimes, and people, they'll come in and they're like, oh my gosh, I just needed to come in here so I could breathe. I needed to relax. It's so soothing, and thank you for being here, and it just makes it all worth it.
It does.
It
does.
I feel truly blessed.
That's right.
I really
do. Me too. And if it wasn't for her, like I said, I wouldn't be where I am. She sent me to my first.
You would be where you are. You would have just taken a different path.
I don't know about that.
But what was that you were telling me exactly the other day that you're talking about?
Oh, okay.
So you have your final destination.
Oh, you're fine. You're where you end up is where you end up regardless. But you can take. There's an infinite amount of paths to get to that point, and that's up to you. I mean, Your journey is your journey, but yeah, you are right. Thank you for calling. I didn't even think about it that way. But it's probably taken me forever because I'm,
Right.
stubborn as shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't listen. Now I do, but
But we, wherever it is, I mean, we always wind up where we're supposed to go, even though it's hard to think about it, to think about it like that, and it's hard to have patience to
that's one of my things.
wait it out.
Yeah, I'm not really good. I'm still working on that one.
That's a hard one. That's a hard one, to have faith that you ask for it and then it's going to be there. That's the hardest one, is to wait.
And then being accountable for your own shit. That one was hard. I thought I was until I started this journey.
A lot of times when you're talking about relationships or whatever, a lot of times that is a deal breaker for me on relationships, is because, like, if I do something wrong, I own up to it. And I
Right.
say, I shouldn't have done that, or I'm sorry, whatever, whatever it is. But the other person will never own up to what they do.
Yeah.
They will never say, even if they don't think they're wrong, say, well, I didn't mean to make you feel that way.
Yeah.
Or
We
whatever.
all play a part in our own story and the
Right.
story of others.
And none of us are innocent, but we have to own that baggage, whatever that is.
Well, it's a trigger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
It's a trigger.
with relationships with me, I just realized the other day that what it is for me is it's yelling. When someone raises their voice to me because of my childhood bullshit and trauma, I lose it. Like, I don't now, but, a year ago, 2 years ago, someone raises their voice to me and I'm like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
No. Now I'm able to step back and look at it from a different perspective and realize that it's not even that situation that's causing that friction right inside of this is your solar plexus. This is a chakra that controls it's your power center.
Yep.
And, I realized that I had some issues going on there. I was like, okay, well, here we go. So we dive a little bit deeper. So now when something comes up, I don't engage, I walk away, and it makes things so much better. What's really sad is you have two people that really care about each other, whether it's an intimate relationship, a friendship, a parent, a sibling, whatever. And you have all of this friction because everybody wants to be right. And they're speaking just to respond, or listening to just respond, not listening. And it's also about how we talk. Are you coming from a heart space? Or are you coming from your ass? If you're talking out of your ass, no one's going to listen. I don't care if you're right. Do you know what I mean, though? If I'm coming at you, you're going to be like...
Wait, what was that movie where he stood up? Oh, that was Jim Carrey where he stood
yeah.
up and he's like...
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But that's it. So if you come from a heart space...
It
should
doesn't
be able
matter.
to say,
You can say anything you want as long as it's coming from a heart center or your heart space. As long as you're speaking your truth from a heart center. And you shouldn't be afraid to speak.
And you have every right to do it, especially in an
Right.
intimate relationship.
You have to.
And how you represent yourself is completely on you. Like I said, as long as it's from a loving space, you should be able to say whatever it is you need to say. How that person receives it is on them. And if they're triggered by something you say, that means they have something to work on, not you.
And
I've been seeing a lot of that lately, too.
as I'm saying this is coming out of my mouth, it's a good reminder because I'm not perfect. We're
I'm kidding. You are
progress.
perfect. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I messed you up.
No. But what I'm saying is, like Blue says, you can't fuck this up.
No.
Like, as long as you're heart-centered and you say what you need to say from your heart center, you can't fuck it up.
You can try.
You
We've
try.
all tried.
Somebody might leave you because you tell them you
speak your truth.
you speak your truth and they might leave you. Well, then maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. Because if you're speaking from your heart center and they're not listening to you or they're not communicating back, then that's the way it's supposed to be.
Exactly. And a lot of people hang on to relationships that are no longer serving them, but they hold on to the idea of what it was in the beginning or what it used to be, or the idea of what it could be.
Or what it could be. That's
the
whole
illusion.
thing. That's the whole thing, yeah.
And that's where we get lost.
We hold on to people.
Yeah.
Or what they were at the very beginning.
That's
and they're like,
the beginning, or what we thought it could turn into.
Yeah.
We don't sit back and look at what it is. And I don't know if I said this in the last video, but I will literally envision myself becoming like this eagle and rising above and looking down at the situation. That way I can see it clearly. It removes that emotion and I can see it for what it really is, not for what my emotional body is clouding it with,
Right.
if you will.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's hard to do, especially when you're emotionally tethered to someone. Especially when it comes to your kids. Being a mother and separating that spiritually is very fucking difficult. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I want to go, and then I want, you don't want anyone you care about to go through something hard or something uncomfortable. But if you keep them from it or try to keep them from their journey, you're robbing them of a lesson. And that's the hardest part, I think, as a mother even, or a parent. I don't want to, single out men as a parent in general.
Right.
No one wants anybody. I don't want you to go through anything, but I know that, if I get in the way, I need to get the fuck out of the way and allow you or allow anybody I care about or myself to make those mistakes, because that's where we learn the most,
and that brings back to the point where when you're saying that is, we ask the universe, say, I really need this job, or hey, I really like this person, or hey, I really need to move to Seattle, Washington, and you put that out there and it's not happening, and you're like, why is this not happening for me?
Yeah.
But what we have to think about, and what we can't forget, and which is very hard, and I do it myself, is because if whatever we ask for, if it happens right then, what are we going to miss out on that we were trying to learn? Right. So if we just jump up and move to Seattle, then we might miss a
opportunity,
business opportunity, or what have you. That's the hardest thing, is patience, man. That's the killer.
the manifesting. How people all the time say,
the manifesting.
I've been working on this so hard. I'm trying to manifest this, and they're really upset, thinking it's going to come to fruition. Like they're working so hard on this particular outcome. But it's not in your time. It's in your it's in spirit's time. It's in, it has nothing to do with our time. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. And then a lot of times when you're manifesting, if you keep pushing, you're actually creating resistance, which is the last thing you want to do. And I was like, wait, what? When I learned that, I'm like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? Well, what you do is you put it out there, but then you let it go.
You have to.
But then you want to live in the vibration as if you already have it.
That's right.
I mean, if you believe in the theory of quantum physics, everything is happening simultaneously. Like, I really want to live on land. I would give anything to have land. I would love to have a spiritual retreat. One day, that's going to happen. And it already is happening in another timeline. I'm just not there yet, and it's not time. And when it is, I'll know. It's going to happen. I'm claiming that shit. Right now, you got land, let's go. No, but you know what I mean, and it is hard, and right now it's hard for everybody.
Yeah, and it could be that we're just waiting for those people to move out.
Yeah,
and we don't know it. But that piece of land that you want is just occupied. I mean, we don't know.
A friend of mine was looking for a business space, and she was really upset that she didn't get the one she really wanted. It just wasn't the time. And I just want to tell her, hey, you know what? Something better is coming. Just because that did not... Honestly, sometimes the things that don't work out are the biggest fucking blessings. I'm telling you. Relationships, even anything.
You are not kidding.
Jesus.
You're not kidding.
But at the time, it's horrible. And you're like, well, what the fuck? What did I do? You know what I mean? Why not?
But you know what? Those are where we learn. Those are where we learn our biggest... fucking lessons.
Yeah, good times.
Are the hard things, because if it's not hard, you're not growing.
No. And if things were easy all the time, you'd be bored. I mean, really? Would you really? Come on.
I mean, that's why we come back here. That's why we come back here, because it's supposed to be fun. And sometimes I'm like, what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah, I know.
Why didn't I just stay on the other side? Why did I come back?
Yeah, I know. I tell my kids,
look at this jerk.
I'm like, I know.
I was thinking this morning, how you're like, I'm centered and I am peace and I forgive you and whatever, and then you're driving down there and you're like, get out of the way, jackass.
That's me. I used to be, y'all, it was so bad. I'm driving in my car. I was an angry driver. I would never do anything rude, Well, to their face. They couldn't hear me. But I'm in the car and I'm like, you fucking twat bucket, motherfucker. I'm like, it's bad.
Wait,
really
what
bad.
about douche canoe?
Douche canoe is one of my favorites. And also
that's your favorite one.
hippopotamus. I use twat a lot. Sorry.
Right.
It's, my ex is from England, so I can't help it. It's
We
twat. They use that word all the time. So
we
I
know how you
apologize
are.
if I'm offending anyone. No offense to me, it meant. But I'm just like, and I'm like, I'm getting so angry. And I'm the only person I'm upsetting is myself. Like, I used to be so bad. It was really bad. I
know,
would never
but
get
you
like
know
road
what?
rage, but oh my God. But I don't do that anymore. I do
Hey,
say
Richard,
things.
what's up? So, but that's the thing. It's like when you're driving down the road and you're like, well, whatever, hell
He's
out of the
loving
way.
life. Get the fuck out of my
I mean,
way. Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
how do we know that those people aren't going to a funeral? Or how
Yeah.
do we know that those people aren't...
That's right.
I mean, we don't know what those people are going through. But, we're not perfect. We get aggravated, but it's important to try to remember
Yeah.
as much as we can.
Yeah. There was a guy, this is crazy. This is when I was doing the pet service. I'm driving Kirby and like Shepherd area, doing nothing in this little bitty crap car that we use for business. And I didn't do anything. The guy almost hits my car, and I barely tapped the horn because it scared the shit out of me. In this pit of your stomach, you're like, oh, fuck, it's coming. I tapped the horn. This dude's like in this big old Dodge, and he starts rolling next to my car. And I mean, he followed me and tailed me all the way almost to my client's house. And I was hoping, you know what I was going to do? I didn't get mad. I didn't get afraid. Not scared. I was hoping he would follow me because I was going to get out of the car all stinky and shit because I've been working outside and tell him, sir, do you need a hug? Because damn, you need to chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
I really would have said something else too, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we won't go there. But it wasn't ugly. It was just like, you need to get something. Do something. Call your wife. But please, God. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ. But it was horrible. I mean, you can feel people's anger, and it's just, it's awful. Like I said, the only person he's really hurting is himself. And obviously, if he would have hit my car, it would have been me. But it's like, well, it's not worth it. Like you said, maybe they're in a hurry. Maybe their mother just died. I just don't, you know what? That's their journey. And I don't, you know what? Go. I used to get so pissed. So pissed.
I mean,
But it wasn't worth it.
Yeah, we're not perfect. I'm far from perfect, but as long as you're doing something every day to make yourself better or make improvements, that's what counts.
That's right.
That's right.
And the key is awareness.
Awareness.
I used to pride myself. Like the victim thing drives me nuts. I'm not gonna lie, it's a pet peeve of mine. I used to pride, literally. I'm not a victim. I'm not a blamer. But I was I wasn't the high scale, but I didn't realize how I was doing it. So say I was in a relationship, or I'm in a relationship, and someone says something, and it triggers something in me, and then I'm like, hey, you pissed me off. That's bullshit. They didn't do anything. I allowed. That, my friends, was like a cactus of a pill to swallow. I was like, fuck. Now I'm a victim. I'm blaming. You know what I mean? I don't have to engage in that. I don't have to allow someone else's behavior to suck me in like that. But I was, and I didn't even notice it until that day. But once I became aware, I was able to not allow myself to get pulled in, if you will. I was able to stop it before it got to a point where then you've got the ram horns going again, and it's just stupid. You know what I mean? It's just, some of the shit people fight about is the dumbest shit ever. And then when it's over, they don't even remember what the fuck they were fighting about. You know what I mean? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? But I was like blaming, and your feelings, even your feelings, your emotions, no one makes you do anything. You are in control of that. If someone was that powerful, they'd be God, or they'd be a God, or, whatever it is you believe in. But we're not, you know what I mean? I can't make you, you know what I mean? Patronus, whatever, no, it doesn't work like that, Well,
you said something, and that reminded me of a subject that I think is a good thing to talk about. It's like when we're at work, or when you're with a bunch of people, and you know how sometimes people will just tell you like their whole life story. And you're just sitting there, and they're just talking, and you just feel like you're the sponge, and you're taking in all.
How do we meet?
This
Okay,
stuff.
go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Remember?
What?
Remember when I came in the first
my
time?
God.
Yeah.
So anyway, a lot of times like jobs like bartenders or like what Kim does, and sometimes even here at the store, and it could be in the grocery store, just wherever it is. I mean, you take in like everybody's energy, and at the end of the day, you're just feeling white.
Yeah.
Just you're like taking all
It'll
this
deplete
energy
you if you
in.
let it. Yeah.
Right. So what do you suggest, and I'll let you take this one, what do you suggest for like grounding and letting go of all of that energy besides, I mean, there's like the letting go of the energy, like returning to sender.
Like you, okay,
or
that's
like,
what I was
and
going to,
grounding.
what you said. Okay, so
you go ahead.
first of all, you observe, you don't absorb. Observe, don't absorb. That takes practice like anything else. Like meditation is a practice, yoga is a practice, breath work is a practice. If I went out and tried to run a 5K, I'd fall dead. But if I trained, I'd be great.
Hey, Valerie.
Same thing with all of these practices. And protection is key. You know, most everyone is an empath. I think we are all empathic unless you're a sociopath. But, you know, that's rare. So whether you're in energy work or not, you're going to pick up people's shit. Like, there were times that I would be fine, like everything's great, and all of a sudden I start feeling kind of weird. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, why am I feeling like...
Right.
But it's not my shit.
Right.
Now I have the awareness, and I know. Like, awareness is a good word for tonight. It's all about awareness. And for me, like my physical body, I don't have a waistline. That's one thing I have to work on. You know what I mean? I'm not just graced with this pear-shaped body. Damn it. Next life. Fuck.
Well, it's called kids.
That pisses me. No, I've never had it.
I
But,
know.
you know, but still, it's like if I wanted a tinier waistline, I'd have to really focus in on that
right.
on the gym. My spiritual body, it's grounding. I have to do it all the time. All the time. Like, I was telling her the other day, I don't like to go to H-E-B or any of the grocery stores after 5 because it's like a fucking zoo in there, right? And I love people, but I'm like, the energies right now, they're crazy. So me and my daughter were pulling up to H-E-B and it was like 5:30. I was running behind. And I looked at the store and I looked at her and I'm like, fuck it. Do you want me to take you to Whataburger? Because I don't even want to fucking go in there. I'd had to sat in the damn parking lot and people thought I was dying. And done this for like 30 minutes just before I go in the fucking store. I mean, it's insane.
It's too much.
It's an energy circus. It really is. So definitely grounding all the time. You know, do your practice with your, you know, your feet rooting into the earth, wrapping itself around the earth's core, anchoring in. That, walk outside barefooted as much as possible. Shit, you can even go online. On YouTube, it's free. It's called Earthing the Movie. Highly recommend. It's like a documentary. It's amazing. And this guy even sells, I bought a mat. It's an earthing mat you can lay on. And you plug it into a grounding plug in your house. And they have one for your feet, like if you're working at a computer all day and you don't get to go outside a lot, they have one for your feet on the floor.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's just, we don't get enough of that connection.
Right.
And that's very protective. But, you know, the key is protection. Come in here. There's stones that, like I said, we wear in our bras all the time. Shit. You know what I mean? I'd have one implanted if I could. Shit.
My cat has a ball. Like, I drop it, it hits the floor, and he's like,
Oh, I was like, what do you mean your cat has a bowling one? I was so confused.
No.
I thought you meant a testicle.
he doesn't have any balls.
I know, but I thought you meant when you said he has a ball. I was like, what
No, I
happened to the
mean,
other one?
he has,
I was like,
he
what
has
happened to
fun, Kim. He has fun.
I lost it. You know
I
where
meant
my brain,
fun.
You know where my brain goes. I'm sorry.
Yes, I know.
Y'all, I can't help it. It's just.
So anyway, so you have another
sacral.
question.
I do.
So it says, what can I expect from a session?
None of them are alike. I offer a free hour. Usually it's 2 or 3 because clearly I'm chatty. You can call it live coaching. You come in and we'll sit down and talk. I don't like to just bring you in and throw you on the table. I want you to come in and sit down. I'm going to get to know you a little bit, figure out what your goals are, and kind of, you know, just get into each other's space a little bit. And then we go to the room. I do Holy Fire Reiki. I invoke the Holy Fire from Source. And I always use, on my website, it shows that sound is a la carte, but I always throw it in. I always do sound. I use tuning forks. I use sound bowls just because I think it clears more. But it's nice, like a client, you know, today she goes, I can't even feel my body. I feel like so much lighter. You know, you almost feel like you're buzzing when you leave because you're releasing things.
Yes.
You know, and then, like I said, it's different for everyone. I do get messages, either from loved ones or your guides. And I used to hold back on, you know, saying those because my ego's like, oh, you're going to sound like a lunatic if you're not, you know what I mean? I didn't want to be wrong.
Right, you're scared to, but you have to. You have
but
to
now
put that there.
I'm at the point in my journey to where,
Right.
even if they told me something about toilet paper, I'm going to share it because it, you know what I mean?
Because
it's their
even-
message. It doesn't belong to me.
Even if it's about,
You know what I mean, though?
strange example, but
But you know what I mean.
But what if it was something about like happened tomorrow, like say
That has happened before.
yeah, like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
futuristic event.
Yeah, so sometimes I'll get just messages and I can feel where you've got things going on. And Reiki goes where it needs to go, but you can always set an intention. And it's like, I tell people if they've never had a Reiki session, you go to a chiropractor to adjust your bones, you go to a Reiki master to get your energy adjusted. And when that flows, it's just, everything feels better.
Right.
And it's much more relaxing than going to a chiropractor. You know what I mean?
I
But
don't know. I like the way my chiropractor pops my back.
Oh, well, that's fair. But this lasts a lot longer. So you'd probably be, if you came to see me your first time, you could be there anywhere from 3 to 4 hours if you want. You don't have to take that free time, but the only thing you pay for is the time I actually do the energy work. But I think it's important to get to know the people that I work with. I don't even like calling them clients because they usually all become friends. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it, but there's no one stop.
feels
There's
really
all
good.
of them are, like I said, each session is different. I'll get like a message to channel like what I'm going to say, and I just,
Yeah.
So thanks for asking. And if you have any other specific questions, please feel to reach out.
So I think it was Natalie. She was talking about, we were going back to what we were talking about guarding ourselves from energy.
Oh, yeah.
And that's shielding ourselves.
Oh, you can make your, yes.
Yeah, before you leave, just whatever you imagine and envision an energetic shield around yourself. Just people don't realize, but energy is real. Like you can feel people, telepathy is real. You can send people messages. People don't get enough credit how real it is. People don't realize, but
Until they
you
come
can be,
and experience it for themselves, and then they're like, "Holy shit!" And I'm like,
I mean, you can feel depressed, you can feel anxious, and you're like, where is that coming from? Like, I have
It's not
nothing
even you.
to be. It's not even, it could be the guy in the car next to you.
Yeah.
Is feeling anxious, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, it's like, what is that? So that's why it is important to do shielding and protect yourself.
All the time.
Because,
every day.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the ones that I do the bubble. So I'll kind of, I'll imagine, and I don't know if I did this last time, but I will, kind of tune in, do a few deep breaths, and then I, envision a divine white golden light descending from the heavens through my crown and going through my whole body, encompassing every cell till it shoots out the bottom of my feet and then comes around and forms a bubble around my body. And that's my protective divine light. And I take that with me everywhere. But I will redo it a lot because, like I said, protection and grounding are two things. I didn't say protection earlier. I really have to stay on top of that, especially with what I do, because I'm very much of an empath.
yeah.
And I mean, I'll be working on something and I feel the urge to cry because I'm feeling what they're feeling, but I don't take it home with me. And if they have any kind of an attachment or anything going on, I don't want that.
Right.
So I have to protect myself. But you can come up with any form you'd like. You can have a crystal suit. You can, have a shield like Captain America. It doesn't matter. I mean, whatever works for you.
Or stick him in tight in your bra.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to do that. We're going to come up with a lingerie line. Crystal Cities. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I know, y'all. Just saying, get ready. Watch
It's
out,
just like-
Victoria's Secret. It's a spiritual version.
Are we like on a spiritual video, or are we like going into the XXX now?
Both. I'm kidding.
Okay.
That's not though. That's just
Adults
like,
only.
That's
Adults
just
only.
like raw. You know what I mean? You could really. And for
Anyway.
men, we're not leaving the dudes out. Sorry, we just get a little chatty.
Right.
But
Dudes can wear bras too.
fair.
They can.
Yeah, I know a lot of guys that should.
That's right.
So but
Anyway, somebody asked how they can set up a session with you.
you are welcome to call me. My website is lotusinbloomhealing.com. My phone number is on there. You can set up an appointment online or call me directly with any questions, email. My cell phone isn't on there, but you can call me and get my cell phone, and you can text me as well. So feel free to reach out anytime. That's what I'm here for.
You can also call me at the store or get a hold of me through any message, and I can also give her
Thank you.
your information.
Thank you so much.
We work together. We're a tight-knit community.
Yeah, we do. And I love what I do. And I love that I found you.
tell them what you're doing now too. So now she has started doing like house clearings, and she cleared her first bar the other day.
Yeah, I cleared a bar it's been a couple weeks, and then I did a house on Friday.
Yeah,
That's
so
true. Thank you so much.
If you think you've got something going on, some kind of spirit or some kind of, that sage is just not taken care of.
Yeah, I love doing that.
You might want to call her because she comes in and she does all of her
straightening it out,
magic
fixing
stuff.
it up.
Yeah.
It's like
I would really like to get in. I would love to do that. I just haven't.
It's interesting. I love doing it. I mean, I haven't seen anything heavy, and I have other friends that do, like, if you've got something really, you know what I mean? I can call in too, but I've never had that happen yet. Well, it's only been two, but it's been fun. I don't know, it just makes everything feel fresh.
But I'll say this, and people will come into the store and no offense to anybody, please, but they'll say, I have a bunch of, I have demons in my house and I don't know what to do about it. But if you have a demon in your house, you will know you have a demon. Like, it will literally suck the life out of you. It is painful. It's not just, hey, did you hear that? Somebody walking through, or did you hear the little slides like that? Yeah. Demons are
dark.
They're very dark, and there is no mistaking just some leftover residue or
a poltergeist,
a spirit
even.
or energy. Yeah. There's a huge difference. So if you feel something in your house, it could be a relative that's coming through, or just and it can even be like just a leftover part of them. It may not even be their whole thing. It may just be like a little bit of energy. But if it's a demon, there is like no doubt.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, you truly need to get a priest or holy water.
Demonologist, I know one. Yeah,
for sure. and take care of that seriously.
Yeah.
A lot of times, ghosts or whatever, people that have crossed over, I don't care if they're in my house, if they're not bothering me.
As long as they're cool and don't look at me in the bathroom, I'm good.
Yeah, they don't turn off lights and knock stuff off.
Yeah. What's good too is a lot of times if you move into a new place, like I have a friend who's a realtor, and I'm like, hey, if you ever want clearings with your properties, bring it on, because people leave shit behind.
Right.
And I'm not just talking their clothing or furniture, it's their crap.
Their whole energy, whatever they've fought about there,
Yeah.
any disagreements they've had there, they've had whatever energy is, those bits of particles can be left. So it's always important when you move into a new place to go in and sage it, clear it, bless it, pray over it, and just like a fresh start.
And I show you how to do it. It's not, it's really not rocket science, but you got to be demanding, and you got to own that shit.
Yes, you have to tell them they are not allowed there and they have to leave. Whatsoever.
Another thing too, I tell people too, and this I learned from Blue. There's, like Blue, we love you. He's amazing.
We have to get him to come here with us one time.
But it's talking to someone, a being who has crossed over, is just like talking to someone in the grocery store. You like those ghost hunter shows piss me off. Can you imagine someone coming in your house, kicking your door down and saying, hey, or putting a fucking spoon on a pan in the morning? I'd punch them. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? It's be a spiritual punch. But it's fucking with somebody's home. Like, you just talk to them like they were standing in front of you, and you'll know if you can communicate that way, if they want to talk to you or not. And if they don't, then leave them the fuck alone. They're just essence. They're just souls without a vehicle.
That's right.
Just like you and me.
Have to be respectful.
Yeah, and some people want help being crossed over, and some don't, and I respect that. And as long as if they're in my space and they're not causing any problem, bring it on. That's cool. You can hang out, and I'll help you go if you want. But if not, just like I said, don't watch me in the bathroom with a shower. It's creepy. But other than that, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? But
it is kind of
But it's just like anybody else. But like I said, this is just your shell. This is not who you are. You are not your body. And people, I was telling someone this earlier, it's a quote. It's, people do forget, though, that we are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are actual spiritual beings having a human experience.
That's right.
We wanted to jump in this life to have, to taste the food, to have the intimacy, to smell the roses, you know what I mean? To even get in those fights. We wanted to experience all of it. So that's why we're here, and that's why it's such a crazy ride. Right. Like I say, the roller coaster. I tell people, I repeat myself, but it's true. It's like sometimes you're so excited on this roller coaster, you're screaming with delight, and the next minute you're going to fucking vomit all over the place. It's like, shit, which one is it today? But that's That's life, really. In a nutshell, I don't know how else you'd put it, you know? It's crazy.
But it's just like in the gym. I like it really is no pain, no gain.
Mm-hmm.
Like the lessons that you're learning, if it's not hurting you, then what?
Yeah.
I mean, you can learn from happy experiences, but
Absolutely.
the pain is
Yeah,
it's
part
like,
of the
hey,
process.
look at
like
me.
we're
Yeah.
like I always revert to the butterfly. They start out a caterpillar and they go into this cocoon to metamorphosize. And can you imagine the agony? I mean, they're alive. It's not like they're not feeling when their body's changing. It reminds me of like the werewolves, you know. Can you imagine the pain? But they fly when they come out. So there's your gift, you know. But and you're right. You can grow from positive experiences too. But a lot of where the big growth happens is when you're getting down and dirty, when you're in the, you know, getting your hands dirty and just digging in. And a lot of it is going within. That's the fun part.
And realizing the fact that you are supposed to be growing. We're supposed to be in a constant state of growing.
Perpetual. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's never over.
Nope. And when it is, your mission's complete and you're,
Yep.
and then you may be right back. You're like, shit, here we go again. And you chose it. And it's weird to think about. We start off, what is it? We start off knowing who we are, sign up to come here, to forget, to go on this journey to get back to that same truth. Do you know what I'm saying?
But this time we
It's
come in a
pretty-
little bit smarter.
Yeah.
Because that's the reason why we go.
But
We
it's
don't have
pretty
to
cool.
work as hard to get to
I
that
don't know
point.
about that. No, I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean. But it's
Yeah.
interesting how we do that. Is
Yeah.
you know, I mean, but it's all part of the journey. It's like, what's next?
Right.
Bring on the next ride. You know, I'm sure we've been on a few.
I think too many.
Sometimes.
Too many.
I know, especially right now. It's a shit show.
It is. So many things are changing right now.
How's everybody feeling spiritually? I mean, how are you doing? Is everybody, and make sure to check in with your people. You know, like I said, even her, you know, Connie and I, we're always here. Check in. That's what we signed up for. We signed up to come here to help the collective. We all, I think, did. You know, we get to a certain point in our journey to where we find out what avenue that is.
Right.
Like, it doesn't mean you have to do Reiki. Like, I have a friend who is a teacher and a tutor, and she's amazing. She is an energy worker and didn't even know it. And I keep telling her, you're an energy worker. Her gift is, you know, if anybody's got any kind of learning, I don't care if you're 5 years old, if you're 55 years old, she can hone in on that, and it's her niche. I mean, it's amazing to watch her work and to see these people blossom after she's touched their lives. So your gift could be, I mean, numerous things. It doesn't have to be, you know, owning a metaphysical shop or being a medium or being a psychic or being a Reiki master. Or it can be.
Yeah. Well, I think that they give us all separate jobs because we all have to come together to learn from each other. And we have to put
Yeah.
these puzzle pieces together to help each other out. Like, nobody's more... And I'm not saying that if you have healing abilities or whatever, that you have a power. That's not what I'm trying to say. I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say. Is what I'm saying is we all get a little piece of the puzzle. And then
Yeah.
we're supposed to come together to help each other. It's
Yeah.
like they say, you know, help your neighbor.
Yeah.
But another thing that I had just made a TikTok video about that reminded me of something you said is we have free will.
Oh,
So
yeah.
God gives us free will to do what we want to do. But then we're like, well, why is God letting this happen to me? Like, why am I doing this?
It's happening for you.
2 reasons. Thank you.
Yeah.
2 reasons. It's either to learn a lesson,
Yeah.
or where I was going with that too is we have to ask for help. Like, they're not just going to come in and fix everything for
And
us.
go, here we go.
We have to ask.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Archangel Raphael, can you come in and help with this healing? Or
Yeah.
Michael, can you cut these cords and help me with this? I mean, we have to ask for help. But we have a whole team of people behind us.
All the
Spirit
time.
guides. We have our guides that help us, people that have crossed over. They can then become our guides. And some guides are, like, we're going off in far left field here.
But some are here for temporary.
Some are here to help us through college. Some are here to help us through our marriage. Some are here to help us through our whole life.
And
And we
you're
just have to
never
reach
alone.
out
Yeah.
to them for help.
Yeah, you're never alone. Even if
Yeah.
you want to be, you're never alone.
I mean, you may not. You just have to listen to that little intuition voice a lot
There's
of
a
times.
gift everyone's got.
Right.
But you've got to cultivate it like everything else.
And somebody asked me today when they came in, and they said, they said, well, how did you get into this? And I said, well, in 2012, I figured out that I was a medium after, and that's my story with that, going into it. But he goes, well, can everybody do that, or is it just like special people that can do it? Well, everybody is born with a sixth sense. We all have intuition.
Yeah.
Some things are stronger than others, but we're all born, we can all do it. But it's, some people will just be, no matter if you take, two people take 8 years of art school, one person is always going to be better than the other person. It's just that we're naturally gifted in some areas.
Right.
But we all have the ability, but it's like a muscle, you have to practice it.
Yep.
You know.
Same thing with psychic abilities.
Right. Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, all of
psychic
it.
abilities, healing, energy,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
We have to practice.
Yeah. And some people are healers, they don't even know it. And I can pick up on that shit.
Yeah.
Like the second they walk in, I'm
Yeah.
like, ooh.
And healers are
let's unwrap
usually-
that gift. You know what I mean? I love that.
Healers are usually the ones that people feel compelled to talk to, because that's what, they do.
Yeah.
So they just kind of tell them their whole life story.
I feel like you're the same. Like, even since I was young, my kids are like, I don't know if I want to go to the store with you. I literally will meet someone and talk for 30 minutes, or know someone and talk for 30 minutes. And I can meet someone at a grocery store, and in 5 minutes they're telling me their life story. But that's one of my gifts, is I'm approachable, and I draw it out. But that's what I came here to do. So I'm actually living my purpose,
Right.
And that's amazing. And same with you. I feel like you have that as well,
I think so, yeah.
You do. Poor Connie. I'm like, I remember the first day I met her, I would go, poor girl, poor thing. We won't go over that. Poor woman.
But I've grown a lot since I've been here. Before
Oh
I was
God,
here, I
you
was
have.
very,
You really
very
have. I'm
quiet.
You're amazing. You always have been, but you have grown a lot, and it's beautiful to watch people blossom.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, it's like when you're here and you hear everybody's stories and
Yeah.
about how it brings everybody together. It's a really cool deal.
It is. It is.
So,
Does anybody else? Is there any questions? I don't
do you
see.
guys have any questions for us? Because we're just up here running our mouths. So,
That's what we do a lot. So, hey, join the convo. I have a spirit in my house. All right, give me a call. I'd love it. Let's get rid of it, or see what it is actually.
yeah. It may
Um,
not be.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see. You can usually feel it if it's something making you uneasy. You'll know.
Yeah. So,
Trying to see. Man, I can't see anymore. Damn it.
I know.
I need to
hate
manifest
needing
that shit.
Glasses, yeah. I gotta go.
All the time. It's like,
Eyeglass place.
I need LASIX. It's that vehicle part,
Yeah.
It's getting older. It's interesting. I'll give you that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's a gift in itself.
It is. It is. But y'all, the younger people, woo, coming in hot. They are coming in open, open, open. It's taken me to this time in my life to get where I am, and they're like, pshoo.
Yeah.
But things are shifting a lot.
They are shifting, and I think more parents are waking up to that instead of shutting it down in their kids and saying, "Oh, you don't see that" or whatever, and just let them go with it.
Ooh, I got to bring up. Okay, so astrology, I used to kind of think, because a lot of the everyday horoscopes are kind of general,
Right.
until I met an astrologer and had my natal chart done, and I was like, holy shit! I was blown away. Well, there's also something called the human design that takes astrology, something in the Asian culture called the Hai Ching, and some of your DNA. And it's wild. It makes us look like we're all a Stargate, like we have our own IP address. So if you're ever interested, there's a podcast, my friend, it's wild. It's called The Human Design Advantage. And holy shit. There's a few archetypes, but everybody's got a theme, like anger, bitterness. Anyway, it's like people say we don't come with the manual. We actually do. We do come with a manual. So for me, I wanted my chart done and one done for my son and everybody, because I think it teaches you about yourself. It teaches you how to cultivate things in your kids that normally you would be like, oh, I don't want to push something down that is, you know what I mean? That's supposed to be It's hard to explain. I could talk about that all day, but it's really interesting. It's taught me a lot about me. It's taught me a lot. Like, say you're going into a business with somebody and you can get a synastry chart done too, in astrology, but then human design will tell you how they are and how you are, and holy shit, it's insane. Hello, someone said hi there. Hi. Hey, Naisha.
Hey, Naisha.
Girl, I still need to give you a session, and we need to trade. I need my shit, yeah. Work it out.
What is today? Tuesday?
Yeah.
I can't even keep track of the days
Shit, I don't
anymore.
either. Yeah. I'm trying to go, like Jen, she goes, trying to do a 28-day cycle now. I don't even look at weekends. Like, I'm getting off the Gregorian calendar. Yeah. It's all programming. You know what I mean? I'm trying, but it's hard. I don't even know what day it is anyway, so it doesn't matter. Shit, I don't even remember why I walked into a room at the time.
God dang it.
I can remember every fucking word to a Barry Manilow song that I can't stand that my mother listened to, but I can't remember where I put my keys, or, what the hell is that?
I don't know.
Thank God. If y'all ever, okay, I don't remember who told me this the first time. I was like, what? If you ever can't find something, there's an archangel called Chamuel. It's Chamuel. Mm-hmm. He is considered one of his gifts, he's the angel of lost things. And I shit you not, you could have looked for weeks for, say, you have your AirPods or something, whatever. And if you ask for his help within a day, I swear, you'll look on a shelf that you've looked on 65 times. And it's not like it's a cluttered shelf. And there they are. Poof. So try it and let me know, because it works every time. One of my dogs got out. I foster and rescue animals. One of my dogs got out Saturday night, and I was calling on him all night, and sure shit, we got him, thank God. But, it's wild how that works.
Yeah.
We really do live in an amazing universe. It's just, I always say this too. I feel like people are walking around.
And people have
blinders.
no idea. People have no idea.
Take them off. Yeah. Take them off. And then you'll get so much more. And the more you work with energy, the more you clear and the more you open yourself for other things to come in, for good things to come in. Growth. You know what I mean? Abundance. The good shit. I'm done with all that other shit. And don't get me wrong, we still have days. I mean, come on, this is a human experience.
Right.
But they're met with a lot less friction. And having the awareness I have now is fucking liberating. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It's liberating. It's freedom from yourself, really.
You look at everything so differently.
Really?
And, I was going to do a TikTok about that too. Do you know the difference between spirituality and religion is spirituality tells you how to do it, and religion just tells you to do it.
Tiny pieces of it.
Yeah, it tells you to do it.
Seriously.
Don't, whatever. I'm not going to get into it.
Well, it's like going to IKEA and getting this thing to put together, and the instructions are in fucking Swedish. Well, shit, I don't know fucking Swedish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like they give you, it's like, even like The Secret, like about manifesting, that thing, The Secret, the old video. They mention parts of different things in certain books, but they don't give you the instructions. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This gives you the instructions.
Right.
Yeah. And we're not gods. We are made in the divine image, right? So we are all stardust. I mean, that's a scientific fact. Be a fucking star. Shine. But also embrace your shadow. Don't be afraid of that.
Oh, that's a whole nother topic, is shadow work.
Yeah. Shadow work. I mean, some people in the psychological world will call it inner child work, but, a lot of people are afraid of that. And that's something to embrace, not to be afraid of. I mean, where do stars shine the brightest? In the dark. So you can't, it's like the yin and the yang. You can't have one without the other.
That's right.
It's just working with it. And another word, cultivating that's my word of the week. I've been saying that a lot. We're about to grow shit. Cultivating. Yeah, but it's true. We're cultivating shit within ourselves and others.
Yeah. That's weird. That's another thing that reminds me of is pay attention to patterns, because you'll notice people will say it over and over, like in the same week. Like 5 people may tell you the same exact thing. Like,
oh yeah, that's a message. That's a message
to that. They are trying to tell you something, and they work through messages, and they put, thoughts or whatever, but pay attention to that because there
Yeah.
could be a message in that, something that you're supposed to know.
Just don't let your ego get in the way and cock block yourself. I'm sorry, but we do all the
We do.
time.
We do.
All of us do. You think the world's in your way? No, it's probably you. I know it's me too, and I'm looking at something and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, shit. I know immediately.
That's the thing, is to be patient with yourself. I mean,
Yeah.
we want to do everything that's right, and we want to do it all right, but because of ego and we are a human, like, we can't do everything right. But all we can do is try to do it. But we're gonna screw up.
But that's where the learning comes in.
That's right, and that's where the learning comes in. And you know better next time. You may not know better next time, and you may have to do it a third time or a fourth
Yeah.
time. But eventually, hopefully, that you'll get it.
Yeah.
You know,
I've
but that's
done
all
that.
part. If you're not trying, you're not winning. If you're not trying, how's that go? If you're not losing,
Oh, there is
you're
no.
not-
I was thinking of Yoda. There is no try. There is only do. But wait.
Wait,
Oh
if
yeah,
you're
I'd
not-
rather fall down or something and then not try at all.
If you're
or-
not trying, you're not winning, or if you're not losing, you're not. What is
You're
it?
not trying. I don't know. I get what you're saying. I want. It's up here. I was going to say, if you go to Lotus and Bloom Healing on Facebook, there is a gentleman named Stephen Bartholomew. He's amazing. He's like such an old soul, and he wrote this. I don't know if you went on there. I put it on my personal page too, about life and how. Just go check it out. He did this long post. He's got a picture of himself like in the mountains with his dog. He's an amazing soul. I love this guy, but lots of words of wisdom about getting back to self and becoming who you truly are or think you need to be. I wish I could read it, but I want you to read it when we're done. I was like, man, this dude, Stephen, if you're listening, you're a badass. Anyway,
But you know what else? What other book is amazing?
The Untethered Soul.
The Untethered
Yes.
Soul. You guys have to read that. It's on Amazon. I think it's like $11. But it talks about how our brain is built to protect us. And here, you want to tell them?
Okay. Yeah, that book rocked my fucking world. Okay.
It's life-changing.
I was literally doing the pet service, driving by the Galleria. This is in Houston. I don't know who all was listening, but and I was listening to a podcast, so I wasn't paying attention to my phone because I'm driving. It was on YouTube. So when it's over, something pops up next. So I'm like, oh, this chick's talking about spiritual awakening. She sounds cool. And she made a comment, and she said, as Michael Singer says in The Untethered Soul, something just pierced me. And I was like, okay, I need to know about this. So I get off the freeway, pull over, look it up. Here it is on Amazon, order it. It comes the next day, and I shit you not. And I'm not like one of those people that sits there and reads all the time. I read the whole book in one sitting. I could not stop.
Yeah.
But it
it's really
teaches
good.
you how to shut. I've given probably now 63 copies away. I'm not kidding. I've sent some anonymously on Amazon, and I keep two at my shop. Actually, I just gave the last one away. I need to order some more. And it was that pivotal in changing my life on the aspects of the chatter of the mind. Like, for example, he uses, like, say you go to a grocery store and you see somebody you know, and you wave, and they don't acknowledge you. So instead of addressing it, for the rest of the week, you're all, oh my God, are they mad at me? Did I do something wrong? Holy shit, what? You're driving yourself crazy. It's that constant talk. And a lot of people will get that, especially when they lay down to go to bed at night. Your head starts. I have none of that anymore. I mean, absolute zero. And that, my friends, is amazing. Because I was always, for years, I lived in fight or flight mode. And I mean, I know I still have some of that. You know, we all have traumas, you know, and I thought I had dealt with all of that until Mike comes in. He's amazing. He does breath work. And I was like, holy shit, I still have a little bit of that. But we're onion layers, peeling the layers always. But that book, it took time because I've had my habits and coping skills for years. So it's like a toddler touching something that's hot. I'm like, but he gave me the awareness that I needed to see what the fuck I was doing. And I'm like, holy shit. And it took my growth to a whole new level, being able to shut that off. You know what I mean?
It takes practice.
Yeah. It took me months.
Yeah.
I mean, but still, that's well worth. I mean, I would take years to do. I mean, it's been. I can't even tell you how that is another liberating thing. That book rocked my world. That's probably the best book I've ever read. I mean, this dude, the next book he wrote was called The Surrender Experiment.
I have not read that one.
Yeah, and it talked about how his life turned out as he allowed and surrendered to things rather than resisting. He at one point owned WebMD. He was a billionaire, but he donated a lot of his money and put the rest of it back. He has a place in Florida called the Temple of the Universe, and to where he has meditation groups every Sunday. Like, I want to go to Florida. Who's taking me to Florida? Anybody? Sorry. I want to go hug him and go to his Sunday retreat group or whatever. It's free. I mean, the man is a badass. He's a spiritual badass. So
Yeah.
that if you have time, The Untethered Soul is, oh shit, it's amazing.
Now, she was also talking about the Four Agreements.
Oh, that's a great book.
That's
That's a
another
great
good
book.
one. Yeah.
Yes. And then
That takes a lot of practice.
and Joe
too.
Dispenza, I love You Are the
Yes.
Placebo. That's a great one too.
Mm-hmm.
People don't realize how much their thoughts do create their reality. I mean, and then it's funny, someone said one time to me, well, that's a placebo. And I'm like, and if it works, who gives a shit? But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we do create, I mean, like, you have people, especially like taking, medication, like half is a controlled, half is taking the medication, whatever. Some of the people that aren't even taking the real medication are
That's
doing
right.
better than the ones actually taking this medication because they fucking believe it.
Yep.
That's
Your
the
mind
thing.
is
You
so
believe.
powerful.
What is it? If you believe, you receive. Like I said, don't go too hardcore or balls to the wall because then you'll push it away. Just like a relationship, you don't want to be too clingy or needy because then people are like, oh God, you know what I mean?
But you know what? I also want to add that the right person, being vulnerable with them or being completely open and honest with them, if they are the right person, then that's not going to scare them off.
No, but I'm talking
But-
to the extreme though. Like incessantly calling you and because they need validation. Someone
Right.
who's got low self-worth,
Right.
insecurities. Because me as that scares you off because that's a lot of pressure to put on somebody. If you're not, this is how I put relationships. This to me makes sense. And I've said this 1,000 times in my life, and this is going to be the 1,001 time. So you can have a machine and you take the lid off and you've got two working parts in that one unit. Okay, say this one's creaky, making weird sounds. This one's got a broken belt, whatever. You oil this one up and then you put the cap back on, but you didn't replace the belt. It's still not going to run properly. You've got to have a relationship, whether it's intimate or not. I don't give a shit. Both parts have to be working as an individual part before they can come together. Because if they come together with all the broken shit, what do you think's going to happen? But if you can go within and work on your crap and then get there and put the cap back on, it's going to run great. I mean, it's a two-way street in every relationship. Like I said, it doesn't have to just be boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, boyfriend. I don't give a shit. It doesn't have to be it can be friends. It can be, relatives. We all have our own work to do.
Right.
And you can do some together, but like if you have like major insecurities and things like that and jealousy issues, a lot of that is something you were not validated as a child. Like that's a whole nother subject, childhood trauma, and that can cause so many different things. And that's another thing Reiki helps. I mean, life coaching, Reiki, I mean, there's so many things you can do for that, but shadow work is going to be your friend.
Right.
That's where a lot of the healing begins, especially with that wounded child.
See you next time.
What did Lauren say?
She says,
Next time. What did she say?
when she says, mapping misters, sorry you feel that way, but next time, scroll. I didn't see.
Oh, somebody probably said something rude. I don't care.
Oh, monkey mind.
Oh, no, that's not a bad thing.
No, that's not monkey mind. That just means that your mind is all over the place instead of having control over. You just can't get it to shut off.
Lauren, that's not a
what
bad
that
thing.
means.
Sorry, that was my daughter. She's protecting her mom. Lauren, no, that a monkey mind. He knows what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Hello,
That's
bands.
psychology. That's smart.
Yep.
Lauren, thank
Yeah.
you, though, for protecting. I love you. We're sorry. She's like, well, those are my people. But no, monkey mind. I even had someone one time, we were calling it like the chicken brain.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like mine used to be, like chickens, they think of a few things like food, safety, and really procreation. I mean, that's their things. Food, safety, procreation. So it's like, your brain, like really the chicken brain or the monkey brain, I look at it like it's supposed to be like an old country road and you're just kind of doing your thing. Mine at one point in life was like the damn LAX. It was always going, always going, always. It was awful.
Yeah.
That's back to the untethered soul. It was awful. It's horrible. Like he's monkey brain. Jesus, I like the way, I like
Especially
that.
if something's bothering you, like it's not even just that it won't shut down, but like you like obsess on one particular thing and you can't get it to quit.
Yeah.
You know, you just have to distract it. But it's just like
But it's patterns.
that's God's joke.
Yeah, but it's
thanks.
patterns, and we create those patterns.
Right.
So if you create something, you can uncreate it. It's just hard. It's one thing to learn something, but to unlearn it is a whole nother ball of wax, and that's not easy to do. I mean, like I said, I've been doing a lot of the shit I've been doing for a long time. And unlearning that has been very difficult at times, but like I said, it's so worth it at the end of the day. Put the work in. You fucking deserve it. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to have whatever you want and desire. But just if you live from a space that comes from love, I know that may sound cheesy. That's what it's about. At the end of the day, love. If you have other intentions, it's probably not going to work out for you.
Right.
But that also means loving yourself.
Well, that's where it has to start.
Yeah.
That's where it
Yeah.
has to start.
I mean, you own your self-worth, own your badassery, whatever that is. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit if it's archery. Let's do this. I used to do archery. I loved it, by the way. But, own your amazing gifts, and I don't know, I can't even get the words out. Just own your goodness, You deserve it.
That's right.
Look in the mirror and say, I'm a badass motherfucker. I love me. I love you. I'm serious. It sounds silly, but if you look at yourself and own it, and you use the words like I choose and I am, those are so powerful. Mm-hmm. I choose love. I am worthy. I am enough. I used to look in the mirror and cry when I said that because I couldn't even look at myself in the face. I've put myself in situations and lost myself completely. And will I ever do that again? Fuck no. Was it hard to get back? Fuck yes. Was it worth it? Absolutely. So own it. Affirmations too, man. Every day. I've been slacking on that one.
Yeah.
But, they make a big difference. Or mantras, whatever you want to call them. They really do make a huge difference. So just own your bad shit, but own your good shit. And then the self-talk thing, if it's not something you'd say to your best friend or your loved one, then why are you saying it to yourself?
And also
Stop
the
it.
way to correct that is say 3 positive things about yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
I like that. Yes.
Yeah. So, whatever it is, back it out with 3 positive things and then just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because we're so hard on ourselves.
Yeah.
We just shouldn't be.
Worst
We're our
critics.
worst critic, yeah.
Yeah. I used to worry about, oh my God, I've gained some weight. You know what? I'm not my body. I'm fucking 50. You know what I mean? I got some thyroid shit going on. I got some hormones. You know what? I am not my body. I am so much more than that.
Although I have quite a few pair of jeans in my closet that I would really like to get
Well,
into.
same, girl. I have, nothing fits. But, we'll get there when it's, hey, I want to manifest it. I got to do my affirmations.
Right.
But, we all have things that physically, it's like I see a lot of people worrying more about physical. At the end of the day, I'll put it this way. Before pre-COVID, right? I'm cruising along. I'm like 50 pounds lighter, and that's not it. And not that I don't feel good. Now I feel good. But I was really on top of, I was doing my shit every day. I didn't have my space open yet. But I received one of the best compliments I've ever received in my life. My daughter and I were going somewhere about 45 minutes away. She saw a Red Lobster, and we don't have one. But she said, oh, can we stop there and eat? And I'm like, sure. So we go in, and it's weird. This waiter comes up, and he's so out of place, so out of place. He looks like some waiter that you'd see on the Titanic serving brandy. It was weird. He did not look like he belonged there. Almost like it was weird. Mm-hmm. And he looks at my daughter and he says, and I don't know this guy, obviously, and it's bizarre. And he said, you're very lucky to have her as your mother. And I'm like, thanks. I'm like, what the fuck? What? And he looked at me, and I swear he was from somewhere else. He said, you have a very bright light. and I saw it the moment you walked in, and I could, he was an older gentleman. I did not get the hit on me vibe whatsoever. But the way he said it, he goes, and whatever you're doing, it's working, keep it up. But you know, you emit this beautiful light and love about you, like something very, and I started to tear up, and I was like, I'm going to cry now. But I think it was a validation from the universe, because I had been working so hard to find myself again and to find my soul's purpose and to live my truth. And that was better than Jason Momoa, not that I wouldn't mind, coming up to me and telling me you're the hottest, but it meant so much more, because I was really putting in the work. And people will see that. And I make jokes, because I had women that I hadn't seen. Oh my God, what are you doing? Your skin? And I'm like, seriously, bitch, I haven't washed my face in 3 days, but thanks. But it's the work. The inner work shines.
It does.
It does. It really does. People notice. And then it's a ripple effect. When you start doing better, people around you are like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? What are you eating?
What are you?
You look good. What are you eating?
Yeah. It's like, I'm eating love, bitch. No, but you know what I mean. But it's true.
No, I'm talking about the Seinfeld thing.
I know. Oh, yeah.
The son comes up to the ghost. You look good. What are you eating? What are you eating? What are you doing?
Yeah. If y'all want this recipe, my neighbor told me today. It's on there. It sounds awful. You take a whole lemon, cut off the ends, put it in a blender with ginger, garlic, and I'm like, no. I'll go to the gym. But anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's just, but there's so many. I know, but it's like dumping the weight. There's more to dumping weight than your physical body. Like when people leave it, like energy work of a certain kind, you feel lighter because you're letting go of a lot of the weight that you're carrying internally, not fat cells. I'm talking heavy shit.
Yeah. Way
more than body stuff. You know what I mean?
And when you stuff it,
it's going to blow.
Stuff all those emotions turn into physical ailments.
Yeah. Disease. Disease,
yes.
You know, and I don't want to say people give themselves diseases, but I mean, everything manifests.
Yes.
I mean, if it doesn't have anywhere to go, it's going to manifest physically. And if you say stuff like this job is killing me, what happens? Most of the time you get fucking sick. Your brain doesn't know the truth between the difference between the truth and a lie. So if you say something like, oh my God, this job is killing me, your brain is going to be like, well, fuck, we better get her out of there. You know, how are we going to do that? So be careful with your words. Very, very, very important. You know, You can make or break something with just self-talk.
Yep.
And that's spiritual and mental. I mean, it's bizarre how that works, really. You know, you can say something like, oh, you know, I smell food and I gain weight, or, oh, my kids are driving me crazy. There's a woman named Marissa Pierce. She worked with Princess Diana that I love her. But she does like a hypnotherapy type thing. And she was talking about how, you know, people talk to themselves. And my heart sank when she made somewhat of a comment, like I said earlier, like, would you talk to someone you care about that way?
That's right.
And my heart sank, and I'm like, no. So why am I fucking mean to myself? I'm not doing that shit anymore.
I know. Why do we do
I'm
that?
not arrogant, but I'm here to do some good. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be mean to myself. Yeah, of course, there's things I would like to change, but you know what's good about that? We have free will. If you don't like something, you can change it.
That's right.
You know? So, and I'm preaching to myself right now. So, you know, it's time to make some changes.
Yeah, I want to make that clear. I would like to say that. So I'm on here saying all of this stuff about things that you should do. I'm working on the same things. I am far from perfect, but I just share my experiences and things that I'm working on as a person. So
we're all in this shit show together.
Yeah. But that's all you can do is work. That's all you can do is work on it and try to become, you know, a better person than you were yesterday.
Yeah.
So.
And baby steps.
Baby steps, yes. Because what is it they say? Change is a process. It's not an event. It's not going to happen overnight.
And don't give up.
I have been, I guess about the last month or so, I have like doubled down on my self-improvement and really working on things and really going back to my meditation. And I am just feeling so much better than I was. And I have a far way to go to get back to where I was. But I'm making it. It's an effort.
Yeah.
So
it's a group effort. Just remember, if you fall down, get back up. And it's kind of like, say your house is a mess and you've got shit all over the place and you keep looking at it every day and you're like, fuck it, I can't deal with this. It's just too much. Start with one thing. You know, one little area. One thing. Look at your body the same way, or your emotions, or whatever spirit. Same thing. One baby steps.
I actually did a tarot card reading for myself today, which I don't do very often, but I had a few questions. And there was one of the cards that came up, and it said that you're trying to do too much. And I have been feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I lost my dad not too long ago, so I've got his house that I'm trying to clear out. I live by myself, so I my pets, and then I have this business, and then I'm trying to start another business, and I'm dealing with some other situations, and sometimes I get so overwhelmed. It's like, how am I just going to do all this stuff? Well, this card came up, and it says you're pushing yourself too hard.
Yeah.
Start out with 20% of what you have to do, and do that.
Yeah.
If you just try to tackle everything at one time, of course you're going to be overwhelmed. I mean,
you're more likely to quit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or feel overwhelmed or get anxious or, But yeah, start small. Just do one thing. And if you can't finish it, it's there tomorrow.
And try to make it fun when you can.
Try to make it fun.
Girl, I was cleaning one night. I put on my little thing when you belly dance. I had that shit on. I had music playing. I probably scared the shit out of my kids, but that's all right.
Have you seen that new exercise thing? They got that hula hoop.
Girl,
TikTok
I can't.
And things like that.
Okay, who's going to teach me to hula hoop? I need to go to Florida, but I also need to learn
fits.
hula hoop.
It fits on your waist.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it has
I've seen
a ball.
it. Yeah, that's the only kind of hula I could do. I bought a damn hula hoop. I can't do that shit.
We already make a TikTok.
And I like to dance, but I can't do the hula hoop. I can move these
Oh,
hips.
you don't
but I
remember
can't-
doing the Shane?
These hips don't lie.
You don't remember doing the Shane like when you were in school,
hell is that?
where you have your hula hoop and you're going like
I
this.
can't do it.
And
I
you're
was
doing like
playing
this,
dodgeball.
and then you start doing your legs like this, and you're going at an angle, and your hula hoop's going like that, and then
I can't do that. I
You
can't
get up
hula
somebody
hoop.
else, and
Girl.
you make your hula hoop go like that, and it pops it off of them.
I can't hula.
I was a championship.
Well, then why don't you fucking teach me? I'm missing something, just like algebra.
I'm too
Couldn't
fat
that
to do
either.
a hula hoop
Not
now.
either.
It just sits on my
Girl,
waist.
We'll be all right, but we can still do it. Hey, it's exercise.
They make extra large. I need an extra large hula hoop, please. Do you make those?
I had one specifically designed, but it was when I was smaller. It's okay. Fuck it. I mean,
my God.
hey, we are so much more than that. You look great, by the way.
So do
And
you.
I know, but you know what I mean? We all look and I'm like, fuck
Look at this hair.
It's
This is all natural hair. I beg for what I get.
I just noticed your hair's lighter underneath.
Oh yeah, because I put some blue in it last summer, and it's
Mine
growing
never
out.
stays. I tried.
growing.
Thank you
It's
for the
almost
compliment, Mom. It's my main. I used to have more, but it is what it is.
But
Getting
I
older.
heard the other day that I don't know if this is true or not. And let me ask you guys. So I heard the other day that you are predestined or genetically disposed. Am I saying that right? Like your hair will only grow so long.
Yeah, it was my dermatologist that told me that. There's a
Really?
gene. There's a long hair gene. She goes, oh, I wish I had the gene you have. And I'm like, what jeans? I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't wear jeans.
I'm wearing yoga
fucking
pants.
yoga pants every day because none of my shit fits. Anyway, so she's like, no, there's a certain long hair gene that you get to a certain point. Like if you notice certain people can only grow hair to here and then it starts getting thinner, there's like nothing.
Right.
Same. So you have to have a certain gene to do it.
Well,
to grow it.
I'm missing that gene.
Well, we'll give it to you.
That's
I'll give
just
you my
long.
jeans.
That's as long as it gets.
It's gotten longer though. It used to be shorter.
I just got it cut.
Isn't it funny the things we sit here and think about? It's like seriously, we're like, but I love your hair.
Thank you. I love your hair.
Thank you so much.
I like your lip gloss too.
Thank you. Oh, it's old,
Success.
y'all. I hardly ever wear makeup, and I'm like, oh, I better put on a little face. I don't want to scare people, and it's all old, so it's kind of sticky. It feels like those glue sticks. I feel like I put a fucking glue stick on my lips. I'm afraid they're gonna stick together in a minute. People are probably like, I wish they would. Maybe she'd shut up. I don't ever shut up. I'm sorry. So, like I said, if you ever come see me, I'm a talker, but I do listen. I do. I promise. I promise.
You're gonna make me wet myself.
I already peed on myself. We're good. I'm sorry. I'm thinking, ooh,
I forgot my diaper.
Not yet, girl. Please. I'm not ready for that.
It depends.
Oh, Lord. It depends. Is right. I don't want that.
It depends if I want to wear them or not.
Exactly. No pun intended. You never know what you're going to get here. So, it's just, we don't plan anything. We just kind of come on and.
We're improving this. Can you tell?
Yeah, just a little. We just start, things just come out. We're just channeling, even if we're talking about depends, whatever comes up. It depends.
Somebody might need Depends right
Yeah.
now. And that was a message. Hey, I'm out of Depends.
I'm about to need.
See, maybe we said that because somebody needs to go to the grocery
You're going to
store.
make me pee in my pants.
You never know. You never know why.
I think that
you're
person is
saying
me
stuff.
at this moment. I know Lauren's probably logged off. She's like, I'm embarrassed now. That's my mother. Yeah, I do have kids, those poor things.
You know, do you ever worry about, like, on Facebook, like, when you post stuff and you're like, that's like a little bit raunchy.
Nope.
And, like, are
Have
my
you
kids
seen my
gonna see
page?
that?
Have you seen my page?
Yeah, maybe you don't. I don't know. But when I
Well,
post stuff and
my
then...
kids are, well, the youngest one doesn't have Facebook. And
Okay.
the older ones are grown. So, yeah.
No, there's a part of me that still worries about that.
Well, most
But
of
then
them
I was
do.
talking to somebody the other day, and we were talking about playing, like, those adult games and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like, crimes, not crimes against humanity. What is it? Something against humanity. What is
I know
it?
what you're talking about. I don't
Anyway.
know. I know exactly what you're
And
talking
it's like,
about.
that's the embarrassing
Oh,
part
God.
because most of it is like,
Sexually oriented?
well, this conversation has gone way left. But
That's my department.
yeah, so, but yeah, let's like, so
gonna-
I worry about like writing the stuff or like doing this card or whatever, but
They're
they're
grown, but they know
adults.
more. God, they've seen. We didn't have the internet growing up. They did, so I think they're okay.
they've seen more than I can
Yeah,
probably say.
I'm scared. Like, seriously. Yeah, I'm not even going to go there. So they probably know more than I do. I don't want to know. Probably not, but still, I don't want to know. But they're older. They're
They
good.
are. They're all big. They're
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
It's so weird.
It is weird. Yeah, we both just had grandbabies in the last month.
Well, not yeah.
Well, it's still within. There's only a few. You know.
That's so weird. Yeah, because I just turned 51, and Kim just
I
turned
just turned
50.
25. Fuck again.
Yeah, I meant to say 25.
For the 25th time.
Anyway,
but yeah.
she had her first grandbaby a couple of months ago, and then I had my first grandbaby here, I think on
Oh,
Thursday.
that's right. He's 2 months old. Shit, see what I mean?
I know.
God, Brooke's probably like, it's not flying by for me. And I'm like, well, I don't have to stay up all night. But yeah,
Oh, my
June
God.
13th.
Can you imagine paying for daycare these days?
No. I can't even imagine paying for Depends. So,
I don't.
sorry, I can't.
I'm not going any further with that.
We'll be
one.
here all week. No, I'm kidding. Sorry, I can't help it.
I thought
We
it
get
came-
together, we get
I
silly.
thought it came on here to talk about spirituality. Now
We
we're talking
are,
about
we are.
dependence
I know.
and anal leakage.
Oh,
I mean,
hey, it happens. I mean,
it
everybody's been
happens.
there.
It
you know.
does. It does. It does happen.
Everybody started it once in their life. Sorry, y'all.
Okay,
we're getting silly now,
Scratch that.
and we're not even drinking. I mean, come on. This is how.
You're not
this
drinking?
Is, no. Diet Coke. I shouldn't be drinking that shit. That's another thing. My one vice.
Yeah, that's something I can't give up. But I would rather be Diet Coke than
That's true.
crack or something.
Hey, you know, I could be doing drugs.
I
You
don't,
know what I mean?
I don't want to be doing
That's
meth.
true. That's true. Well, that'd be thin.
Huh?
I'd be thin. You know, I could try it.
You wouldn't have any, you wouldn't have any teeth.
That's true. No thanks.
Well, we're live. We shouldn't be talking.
Yeah, no, we're terrible. We're terrible.
Okay, so anyway.
Oh,
Thank you
making
for
me
the
laugh.
congratulations on
Thank
the
you so
grandbabies. It is weird when you
Yeah.
start having grandkids.
Yeah,
It's
when your
very
kids
weird.
start having kids. I was freaked out when my daughter started her cycle, and here I am now, and I'm like, holy shit. I mean, they're young, but still, it's just, to me, I mean, I didn't have mine till later. But that, woo, yeah.
Yeah.
It is different, I'll tell you that. Turning 50 is like, holy shit. You know, it's, an older woman said, she said exactly what I'm thinking. It was like her 72nd birthday, and she said, you know, mentally, I still feel like the same young woman I was when I was
Yeah.
like 17. Mine's probably more like my early 20s. I mean, obviously, I have a lot more road under these tires than I have experiences, and I have more wisdom, I feel, I hope, you know, but I still feel like the same young girl. It's just the body changes. It's just bizarre.
I was just actually having that same exact thought today. It's like with the relationships and stuff like that. It's like you would think that you're mature, but you're still soft-hearted, just like you were.
Yeah. Well,
when
you don't
were
ever
a
want to
kid.
give that up. You don't
Yeah.
want to put that shell around there.
Yeah.
I've had that before, and I didn't like it.
So, but
Don't ever lose your child, your giddy childish wonder is what I'm saying. You know, like I look at trees and I get like it sounds silly, but you know what I mean. Like my son one time was in the back of the car. This is when he was really young, and he goes, "Yeah, Mom, I don't need my iPad." And I was like, "That's cool." He goes, "Yeah, look at God's painting outside." Like he was talking about the sun and the sky, and I was like, "That's cool." You know, I mean, he's but now he's on the game videos all the time. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But you see that every once in a while. But don't ever lose your don't ever not play with your inner child.
right.
I swear. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm responsible, but I have the mentality of a 5th grader sometimes, you know? Ask my kids. But it's fun. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't want to be, you know what I mean? I don't want to be like a
Right.
damn tree stump. Let's have a good time. Like I said, this is a wild ride, but it doesn't have to be all bad. We can laugh at ourselves. Not really others. You probably shouldn't. Sometimes I do. I make sure they're okay before I laugh. But you know.
Right, when they fall down.
Yeah, exactly.
Fall down the stairs.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Are you okay? Okay, okay.
Now we can laugh.
Yeah. Let me help you. But you know, it's a whirlwind, and I'm telling you, it's so worth it though to put in the work. I hope everybody, I don't know, gives themselves the credit they deserve,
Right.
because you do,
That's right.
and you're never alone. And we're all connected, whether you like it or not. Even that nasty ex you don't like, you're connected.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had one hell of a situation with one, and it took me years to get to the point to where, honestly, I sent him love because I know he needs it more than anybody. Now, I don't love him and I wouldn't want to be with him, no. But you know what I'm saying? There's a big difference. You have boundaries, and that's a whole nother topic itself, you know. But loving from afar, it's just people that treat others like that can't be happy. You know,
Right.
you know they're miserable. So they need love more than anybody else.
That's
So
right.
we're all one. So think about it. When you're hurting yourself, you're hurting me and you're hurting her. You're not just hurting yourself. It's all intertwined in this big web called the universe.
That's right. Baby steps.
Yep.
And keep investing in yourself.
As always. Don't ever stop.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, does anybody have any other questions, or what do you want to do? You want to call it a night? We
Yeah, I'm
actually
good.
passed by an hour and a half.
Oh, how'd that work? It's cool. It cut off last time. Cool. Okay.
So I don't know. We're still learning.
Yeah. Bear with us. I was like, who is that?
Some
He's
guy
probably
going
like,
down the
what the
sidewalk.
fuck are they doing
What
in
are they-
there?
what are they doing there?
Hey! He probably thinks we're doing webcam.
I think we're dressed wrong for that.
That's true, but he doesn't know. He's like, what are they doing? But definitely not that.
No, definitely not.
But if anybody doesn't have any more questions, we just want to thank you for coming and being here with us and listening to us yammer. And we
It's fun.
I enjoy this. I have fun with it.
Yeah.
And sometimes we'll repeat things, but there's other people that come on that need to hear it just as much as the person in the last live did. So, you know, we're just here to kind of uplift and spread the message and let everybody know that, you know, we're here for service. I don't mean that sounded wrong. Sorry. We're not in service. We're here to service humanity.
Just stop.
That
Just
sounds
stop.
wrong.
Just stop.
Ah, I just caught myself. But, you know, I have a sick, twisted sense of humor. Sometimes I apologize.
She
But it's
taught
fun.
she taught me a lot.
I'm good. I'm kidding. But we really appreciate you being here and sharing time with us, and we value your time, and you know,
Right.
and thanks for listening, and thanks for tuning in, and thanks for the support,
And your questions and comments.
and we're going to be here weekly just to bug you and make you realize how badass you are. We'll work that into you until you're able to do it yourself. If you can't carry it, we'll carry a little for you.
Right.
Not all of it, but we'll help you.
Right.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
Sound good? Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and I guess we will catch you guys later.
Have a good night.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
See how we turn this thing off.
See, here we go. I need a Depends. I gotta pee. I gotta go pee.
There's
I'm
a-
literally, where's my Depends?
There's some in the back.
Oh, girl.